All right, let's talk about mental health because it's something quite important. Now, there was a time when I was about $16,000 in debt. I was going to say over 10K in debt. I didn't have a good self-image of myself, so just low confidence, always talking down, thinking nothing is possible. My go-to was kind of believing that I'm not good enough to do anything. And also with that obviously comes this thing of the cycle, not having confidence, etc., etc. So essentially, there are ways to improve your mental health, but it requires you to finally accept, you know what, let me allow for a change. Like, let me allow for a possibility of change. And that's what kind of happened to me. I had this instant, rapid realization that I need to take some responsibility because although I'm not accountable for everything that happened in my life, everything terrible that happened, I know that I can change going forward. And this allowed me to then at least see some potential because you kind of get stuck in the same cycles. You get stuck in the same patterns of thinking and kind of, again, this cyclic thing where, you do a bad behavior and it reinforces the reason why I feel like shit. So I feel like shit because I did the thing that is not good for me. And I'm going to keep doing it again and again because I feel like shit and I'm a shit person and I'm shit. So your state of identification of what you identify with, it starts to become your reality. It starts to become the habits you do. It basically dictates your entire life, essentially, as a whole. So improving your mental health is probably one of the best things that you can do because through better mental health, you then also develop a better self-image, you develop better habits, and you're able to stick to some sort of vision. Because you're not, self-sabotaging yourself every 5 seconds and having these negative thought patterns come up every single day in, day out with no change, So fundamentally, it is possible to create massive change to your mental health. And let me give you a few practical examples of what you can do. So not firstly in any particular order, but I would say delete social media. That's a big thing because social media doesn't benefit at all, really, to much extent. If you don't know what you're doing on there, I always say that don't be used by social media. Don't use social media what it wants you to use it for. Use social media for your intention and what you intend to use of it. Use social media as a tool of projection. Use it to that means because that makes sense. That means that you are using it and it's not using you. So you can voice your message across to many other people and you can, inspire people and show them that there's a better way to perhaps do things, all right? So that's one of the things you can do. The next thing you can do is start doing some physical activity. Now, you don't need to get shredded. You don't need to get jacked per se. You don't need to put on a ton of muscle mass, but just involve and dedicate some time to doing physical activity. This is very important, because this is going to get, your hormones flowing. It's going to get oxygen flowing, all of that good stuff. That's kind of necessary to some degree for change in yourself. I remember when one of the biggest changes I made was obviously deleting social media and then moving every single day. I used to move, I used to go for walks, shoot basketball, all of this, everything alone. And that is something that stuck with me throughout this time, even though it's not about remaining perfect forever. It's about creating some sustainable change that, it's going to change you on a fundamental level where you go from having this negative self-belief and these negative thought patterns to then, something that's actually helpful for you where you're thinking, I have a reason to get up. I have a purpose. I have a vision, all of these types of things. And all of that is developed, of course, through time. And the next thing I would do is definitely exercise, because sometimes you might exercise indoors, but also get outside more. So per se, coop yourself up all day. Now, there might be times when you're going to go on like monk mode or, dedicate some time and you have to sit inside on the laptop and edit videos and all of this stuff. That will have its place and time. For now, if you just want to get your mental health to improve, just be outside a little bit more than what you would usually be. There's no time scale on it, but I would say at least for like an hour a day, and you can include being outside to like walk into the gym, for example, because I do that a lot where I walk to the gym instead of drive to the gym and I'm getting outside, I'm getting some sun, I'm getting a combination of things that are good for me, and I'm also getting that cardio that I would have done at the gym anyway. All right, the next thing is definitely being more observative. So observe yourself more, because when those patterns come up, observe those patterns and become aware of those patterns. So when you think about, I'm a piece of shit, realize that, okay, wait, I just thought that thing. Like, is it even true? It's probably not true. So just give yourself a second. Just give yourself the space to think about, is this really true? Is this really as true as I want to believe it? Or is it just because I'm saying it because I've done something that I shouldn't do, or I'm having this particular thought that's perhaps a big dream, and it's kind of scaring me, and I'm like thinking, okay, wait, to not follow this dream or not follow this passion, I'm just going to tell myself I'm a piece of shit. You know what I mean? So these are a bit of things that you can use to improve your mental health and really get it to a point where it's helping you instead of you destroying you or being the demise of yourself. Because end of the day, everyone can say everything, everyone can help you a particular way, everyone can do particular things for you, but at the end of the day, the only person that can change is you. You just need to get that initial realization, that spark of possibility, for you to see that, you know what, I can change these things, I can improve these things, and I can make a better way for myself. And then through that journey, you will learn much more. Of course, it's not you learn something and it's done. It's not a one and done. It's through that journey, then you'll learn, you'll meet people, you'll have experiences, you'll go on adventures, you'll be tested, you'll be tried. You'll fail, you'll fall, you'll go through dips, but you'll learn something, and you'll be able to take away the lessons from all of the hurt, from all of the losses, and you can be grateful for everything that happens instead of, labeling everything per se as, oh, this is great and this is terrible. You know what I mean? So as you go through that process, it becomes a process of deeper introspection, deeper awareness, expanded awareness, deeper connection to your own consciousness, to your own being, and ultimately this beautiful and wonderful self-image, which is in a state of learning and appreciation and gratitude. And that will be your kind of foundation, once you've done particular things to improve your mental health and get to a kind of a steady place. Anyways, that's the video for today. That's how you can improve your mental health from today. You don't need to wait for next week or tomorrow. You can do it right now. And if any questions, feel free to get in touch with me. I'll drop my email and my X link below. So you can either drop me an email or just drop a comment or just watch the video and implement whatever you want to do. Just get going with it. And ultimately, what I'm going to say, bro, is that you can do it. It is possible. All right, peace out.